Introduce our moderator this evening, a wonderful doctor and a very brave moderator, and that is my friend Dr. Bruce Hensel.
And Michelle, Dr. Bruce Hensel was arrested about 10:15 this morning. He just walked out of the Metropolitan Detention Center here in downtown LA after posting $5,000 bail. Dr. Bruce, what do you have to say about the charge against you? Anything at all to say? Did you know the girl? What do you have to say to her family? Now, the 71-year-old had nothing to say, as you could see, as he walked out of the jail with the driver. Hensel was a medical correspondent for KNBC for nearly 3 decades. The LA District Attorney's Office says Hensel was charged with allegedly asking a 9-year-old for sexually suggestive pictures. He faces 1 felony charge. Now, prosecutors allege the victim is a daughter of an acquaintance, and last August he is suspected of asking her for pictures through a messaging app. Last month, members of the Los Angeles Regional Internet Crime Against Children Task Force served a search warrant at Hensel's home in Pacific Palisades. Neighbors tell us investigators removed a number of items at that time, including a computer. Again, he faces 1 felony charge. He faces up to possibly 18 months in prison if convicted of that charge.
Black lives, we matter here! Black lives, we matter here!
Activists gather in front of Democratic donor Ed Buck's West Hollywood apartment Monday night as they call for his prosecution.
The man now being identified as 55-year-old Timothy Dean, he died of an apparent overdose. Back in July of 2017, 26-year-old Jamil Moore was found dead of a meth overdose in the same apartment.
This man is a danger to our community. Yes, we are not even talking about the half of what he's doing.
He's a well-known fundraiser who has donated over $153,000 to Democratic candidates and the Democratic Congressional Campaign Committees since 2008. For more on this very strange case, we're being joined now by investigative journalist Ben Swan. Hey there, Ben. So 2 dead men at his home in 2 years, drug paraphernalia, yet LA sheriffs are not investigating. What gives?
Yeah, it's a very strange story. I want to correct one thing you said, though. You mentioned about the amount of money he's given. Ed Buck has given, according to some sources, as much as $500,000 to Democratic donors, and that includes Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. He's given it to the mayor of Los Angeles. He's given it to the Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. He's given it to Congressman Peter Schiff. He is very diverse in terms of the Democratic candidates, both nationally and locally, who he's given money.
I've known Larry Nichols for 25 years. He did work for the Clintons. He was a Green Beret and did a bunch of stuff in Latin America. He did a bunch of CIA stuff. He did help them get elected. He did help them do tricks. He did help them develop the broken coalition strategy. And Bill Clinton, in a memoir, did call him a very dangerous person to them. And he has exposed the election fraud and so much more. He has a lot on Adam Schiff and a lot on the whole Ed Buck and the dead men, basically black men being sacrificed at his house. That's what this is. And all of that craziness. So we're going to get into some of that. It ties into the kangaroo show trial. They're not allowed to ask witnesses, the congressman, what Schiff is up to, who Adam Schiff really is. It was first Larry Nichols told me that Hillary was into the occult 25 years ago. Now that's mainstream news with the spirit cooking and the rest of it. I appreciate him joining us via telephone. And Larry, we're glad you're hanging in there. I know you've had cancer and a lot of other things. It's good to have you back on with us. I saw you in some of the news articles about this Clinton whistleblower. Feds probe Adam Schiff dressed like Egyptian at bizarre sacrifice parties at Ed Buck's meth mansion. And that ties into some of these other articles along the same lines. Sex parties at the sex house. We have photos of the two together at the house. We'll also run some of the Aleister Crowley footage we have of some of the garb Crowley's in that reportedly Schiff wears in these Egyptian rituals. But thanks for joining us. Wow.
They're coming after us. And Alex, you've got a target I've never seen as big on your back in my life. Your target on your back is huge, huge. Now, to add to it, something that nobody's talking about, which is probably one of the biggest clues of what's happening, Alex.
Just get into the impeachment and Hillary behind the scenes. She's clearly still in control of the deep state. That's now admitted. And what you think their next moves are going to be.
Well, absolutely. But let me say this out front, folks. anything I say, Alex is not responsible for. It's from me. And if the prosecution wants to come after me, not Alex. And before we leave Roger Stone, here's what I know, Alex. Roger Stone goes in jail. Now, folks, I dealt with Jim McDougal. He was killed in jail. Especially after the Epstein case, I fear if Roger gets put in prison, he won't be there a week. He will not be there a week. He will be eliminated. Trust me. I know these people. The impeachment. This impeachment was rigged from day one. What I have found out and have turned over to the prosecutors, the Attorney General's office, is that it turns out that Adam Schiff, folks, wrote this script, this whole script they're going through now. It's a subpoena trap. He did it back when they figured out that the Miller case was going to end up going nowhere, which was about halfway through the Mueller investigation. Now, I didn't know this until the host I was doing researched it. But as it turns out, Adam Schiff has a hobby. Guess what it is, Alex? Screen.
Let's talk about that hobby when we're back in 2 minutes with Larry Nichols, because I'm going to shut up for a while, let him break it down. Then we've got somebody in the trial coming on. We fought for the Republic. We exposed Hillary's criminal activity. You spread the word. Trump got elected, and a lot of good things happened, but now they're counter-striking back. America's never seen anything like it. The judicial tyranny, the fake impeachments, and now they want to put everybody in prison. But the answer is going after the ringleaders' crimes and exposing them, and that's what Larry Nichols is doing with its confirmed mainstream news that Adam Schiff, leading the fake impeachment, is good buddies with Buck, is there at least 16 times at bizarre sex parties where they did ritualistic mock human sacrifice. And that's in some of the diaries of some of the victims that died, at least 3 black men. Some of them crawling, begging as he would plunge needles filled with methamphetamine into them as a form of sacrifice, reportedly. Larry Nichols, getting back to what you were saying, longer segment coming up. In the short one, please continue with the hobby of Adam Schiff and what your sources are saying.
Well, absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'm the one that broke the fact that Schiff had been to Buck's apartment, his party place, 16 times. Now it turns out, Alex...
Larry, do me a favor. Back off your receiver a little bit. Back off your receiver.
Now they have verification 27 times he was at Buck's parties. Now, the other thing is the time frame at which he's gone to them. It's always of an evening. Plus, in 7 of the events he went to, they were costume kind of parties. And in line with Adam Schiff's screenwriting dreams, he would go as these freaky, weird, like you said, Egyptian-type demon outfits. He's sick. He's sick. But don't confuse somebody being sick mentally with not being smart. And as I was telling, he started back during the middle of the Mueller investigation, putting together their Phase 2 operation, which was to come at Trump from another angle when they knew Mueller was going to not get them there. Now, you'll notice what they're doing. They're using this hearing to solicit deep state career people to come out, come forward. And as we found out with the quote-unquote whistleblower, if you don't have anything to report, get hold of us, and Schiff will screenwrite you a part to play and what to say. And, of course, they're making it very clear that they will protect you. Don't worry, come out. Don't worry if we're telling you to say stuff that didn't happen. They'll never touch you. We'll protect you. It's pretty insidious any way you look at it.
And they hide it in plain view because Schiff's already been caught secretly a meeting with a CIA Ramallah. That's why they don't want to call him now. But the others, they just do it in executive secret session under national security in the dress rehearsal. Then they they're going through 3 rehearsals, one secret, one in public, but the Republicans can't ask questions.
Ambassador Yovanovitch, thank you for being here today.
The gentlewoman will suspend.
What is the interruption for this time? It is our time.
The gentlewoman will suspend. You're not recognized. Mr. Nunes, you are minority counsel.
I just recognized.
Under the House Resolution 660, you are not allowed to yield time except to minority counsel.
The ranking member yielded time to another member of Congress.
No, that is not accurate.
You're gagging the young
That is
lady
accurate.
from New York.
Ambassador Yovanovitch, I want to thank you for being
Gentlewoman
here
will
today.
suspend. You're not recognized.
This is the 5th time you have interrupted members of Congress, duly elected members of Congress.
Gentlewoman will suspend.
So this was day 2 of an abject failure of Adam Schiff and his regime of secrecy. As we saw today, he is making up the rules as he goes. He did not let Republicans put forth any unanimous consents. He did not let us control our own time, Republican members' time. I think I was interrupted about 6 times throughout the hearing. So this is just more of the ridiculous abuse of power that we're seeing from Adam Schiff.
They know what they're doing. And folks, they're not going after Trump. They're not going after Alex. They're coming after us. Change Trump's name to us. Change Alex's name to us. That's who they're coming after. The media is all in, folks, all in to help them destroy us. If we don't fight now, there's not going to be another fight. I don't know how to convince people of this. It's over.
That's what I've tried to explain to them, that Trump getting in just roused the beast. This is the real fight now.
And it's on. It's on. And everywhere you turn, they are working to do the big word, submission. Put you and everyone in submission. And it's a blessing to hear you, Alex, not go into submission. Stand up.
The radical Democrats' policies are crazy, their politicians are corrupt, their candidates are terrible, and they know they can't win on election day, so they're pursuing an illegal, invalid, and unconstitutional bullshit impeachment.